we are back. I'm your host, Barry Waxler. We had a little special intro music for our next guest. we have Miss Michelle Horner from M Boutique. Welcome, Michelle.
Hey, how are you guys?
Good. It's our girl.
I know we
didn't quite get to that line there in the song, but anyway.
So you're the first one we've ever changed the music on. So
I feel so special.
You
Thank
are
you.
special.
Next time I want to pick the song.
Then I'll be in trouble.
Yeah.
Okay. So Michelle Horner, M Boutique. Tell us a little bit about M Boutique.
Well, I started about a year and a half ago, and really I had been in the high-tech industry for about 21 years. I was in sales and marketing for Xerox, and I was a sales manager. I was a marketing manager. I was running pretty much all over the country. I had a young son, and I basically just crashed and burned and decided I'm done. I'm going to take a break. I took an early package, and I basically didn't really do much for a couple of years. So after kind of having a little time away, I really kind of decided that I wanted to get back into something that was really kind of my own gig. I didn't want to go right back into a corporate environment right away. And I was, everyone always says, do something you love. What do you like? Well, I have always liked clothing and accessories. So I tried to think of a way that I could get into doing something like that. That I could afford to get into. And I basically came up with the idea of doing like a traveling boutique where I could sell clothing and accessories basically mobily. So I could do private engagements in people's homes, and, girls could come over and do wine and cheese and shop. And then it kind of manifested itself into doing fundraisers. So a lot of ladies like to do charity events, and they like to have luncheons, and as an arm of them generating dollars for the charity, they do boutique shopping.
That's awesome. And I have to throw my hat into the ring here because I called Michelle for Christmas, and she got me some sweaters and some leggings for my daughter, Carrie.
Oh, yay.
And it couldn't have been timed better since we unfortunately had the trip to Philadelphia that we didn't really want to take, over the holiday. But getting back there, it was nice and cold. My daughter would not take those sweaters off. It was
really?
Incredible. So,
yeah.
But
well, it's great to say do what you love, but not everybody is good at what they particularly enjoy doing. But you and other people in fashion, I mean, you have a real gift for style. It's like a talent.
Thank you.
Right. And full disclosure, I mean, Michelle and I have been friends for years, and I can attest that she's not somebody that just, oh, gee, let me do something in fashion. You actually have a gift for it. And one of the things that I love about a traveling boutique is that it's not just an opportunity for you to present the products, but to actually help style the ladies as well. Because there's so many women out there who want to dress better for professional reasons or personal reasons, but they don't know how to get started. They don't know how to put a wardrobe together. They can't afford, to go to, some Neiman Marcus and you have a personal shopper there, but you do it for them and you can even bring it into their home, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, that's probably like the funnest part of what I do is, working with people and being able to do some personal styling because, for me, clothes make me feel good. I mean, that's why I think I like it so much is that for me, clothing and accessories always made me feel good. It made me feel powerful. I like to think about what I was going to wear before I went out on a sales call, who I was going to be meeting with. And so it's something that I think was a natural knack for me, but with my clients, it's great because I love to be able to show them something and they might say, oh, no, I don't wear jumpsuits, and it's like, well, gosh, try something on and just see how it feels because this is something that, is maybe a little bit of a leap out of your comfort zone, but these are things that you can mix and match with different pieces. You can wear them casually, you can wear them professionally, and that's the funnest part is to see a client put something on and go, oh, I never would have put this on, but because you told me to or because I saw you wearing it, I mean, I'll buy a million things. They'll sit on a rack. I'll go to events and I won't sell them. But if I happen to put it on and wear it to the event, I'll sell 3 or 4 of them. So a lot of it is, inspiring and setting an example and, giving people ideas that maybe do bring them out of their comfort zone a little bit, but allow them to, have fun. And since a lot of these events are charity events, I'm donating back 10 to 25% sometimes
Wow.
to the charities. So a lot of times the ladies will buy from the mobile boutique, but they know that part of their, investment is going to the charity as well. So it's really a win-win all the way around. But definitely the best part of my job is working directly with the ladies and, making them feel great at the end of the day.
Well, I'm going to throw something your way that I've been thinking about, and what you've just said really puts it in. While we have plenty of awesome sponsors, I think that we should get some of our sponsors to work with you. You've got charity events going on. You can introduce people like Jer's Chocolates over to your mobile boutiques, and they can help create the charitable events. Capriza, of course, is a natural for you. So I'm going to go
because that's a real key thing for what you've done here on Close Up is partner up and help match up guests with other guests and create a synergy. And certainly charity events are a great way to do that. And what I also love that's helpful to the charities as well as the ladies who want to update their wardrobe is your items are a good value. It's somebody doesn't have to be able to drop $1,000 on a coat to be able to look fabulous within boutique, right?
And so I appreciate that. I mean, generally, I would say the majority of my items in my boutique, whether it be clothing or accessories, purses, jewelry, earrings, bracelets, I don't have hardly anything over $100, which is...
And that's amazing.
And I work really... tirelessly hard to find things that, while it might be a great price point, it doesn't look like it's a low-end price point. I really try to get great quality, mainstream trendy things, but might have a little bit of an edge to them so that I'm really differentiating my stuff in my boutique. People feel like they're not seeing it everywhere, but yet it's still with the trend. But that's, my goal is to try and stay within that arena. Now, this year for holiday, I did venture out and I did some amazing bags that from a company that's been making bags since the 1800s, and those were a little bit higher price point, so I dabbled with them to see how I would do in that market. And a lot of my events with the Rady's Children's Auxiliaries in Rancho Santa Fe, in Solana Beach, in Del Mar. I did some private engagements in some homes. So in those arenas, the price points seem to be okay because of the demographics of the folks out there. So that was a good opportunity for me to kind of test that market. But generally, I try to stay right under $100.
So just a little testimony. I went shopping with my daughter for her bag.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
$1,000.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Big
for
spender.
a bag.
Yeah. Well, you're lucky that's all it cost you because there's some even more out there, baby. And I know you like to please the ladies in your life, so be glad that's all you dropped for that one.
I could just see Al out there doing the bag shopping, and the only time he ever keeps his mouth shut is when he's out there with his daughter, and his daughter saying, "Dad, credit card."
I actually picked it.
You did?
Yeah.
Well, good for you. Was it tax deductible?
No.
Oh,
oh, boy. You're listening to Close Up on San Diego Business here on KFSD AM 1450, a Bloomberg radio station, streaming live on the web at financialnewsandtalk.com. Give us a tweet at CloseUpSD or find our page on Facebook. We want to hear from you. I'm your host, Barry Waxler, here with my co-host, Andrea Kay and Al Arias, and our guest is the wonderful, beautiful Michelle Horner from M Boutique. So I'm just on a roll today.
You are on a roll. Disclaimer though, you're not necessarily going to look like her just because you buy her clothing. So she is pretty amazing and fabulous. But anyway, now I know that the other people have said, brick and mortar. You really need a retail space. Are you thinking about that going into 2015? Are you going to still keep it mobile because it just makes it easier for the ladies for it to be mobile?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So I am always open to any ideas. As far as the brick and mortar, the strategy that I started implementing was actually going into other operations that are already in place. So a lot of salons, a lot of smaller boutiques, those people don't really focus on clothing and accessories, but they love to have a shopping arm for their clients that are coming in. So I've done some bags and some jewelry and place some things almost on a consignment level inside existing brick and mortar. And then we work out a compensation split. But that's been great because I have a gal up in Solana Beach that has a salon vanity, and she's like, I don't have the time and the energy to really put things into my salon, but I love your stuff. Why don't you bring it in and let's see how you do? And it was awesome. I didn't have to have the overhead other than my merchandise, and she had the clientele, and so it worked out great. So I'm really thinking about expanding and doing more of that. I'm also considering that when I do some of the charity events and I do some of the home parties, rather than just having one table and 3 racks or something like that, I'm thinking about actually having more, so more of a presence, say at a charity function where I might have something totally different than clothing and accessories. So I'll have my clothing and accessories, but I'll have something else as well.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's great. Well, we're starting to run short on time. Tell our listeners how they can find out more about you.
They can contact me on the web at michellehorner7@gmail.com. That's the best place, and I look
You're
forward
also on
to
Facebook as well. People
Yeah,
can
I'm on
contact you there.
Facebook, Michelle Horner, and I'm working on, getting myself out there more from a marketing perspective, but that's where they can get me now.
Awesome.
Great. Well, I invite you to take a look at our YouTube channel at Close Up on San Diego Business on YouTube. Find some of the partners that you might want to talk to, and we'll be happy to connect you up. So, I appreciate you being with us today.
Thank you, Barry and Andrea.
Okay, great. You've been listening to Close Up on San Diego Business, where we find the best and brightest businesses in San Diego and the many special people that work hard to make a difference in our community. If you're interested in being a guest on our show or just want to follow us, come to our website at closeupsandiego.com. You can send us a tweet at closeupsd or find us on Facebook. For Andrea, Urban, Al, and myself, and all of our guests, until next Thursday, have a great weekend. Stay awesome, San Diego.